What's good? I don't know. Something just reminded me of a conversation I had with one of my cousins. Like, I think she's in South Carolina. And we were talking about, I guess it's a subject matter. The subject of our family wasn't slaves. Like, clearly black, but we weren't slaves. And that was never really put into context. Like, because they don't teach that in history. They don't tell you, like, oh, all black people during slavery wasn't slaves. And then, okay, if there were black people during slavery that weren't slaves, what were they doing? Oh, the building's going up. What were they doing? Like, tell me about them people, because we ain't learned nothing about that in school. What's up with that? Like, there were black people who wasn't slaves. So, I guess the thing was, like, that still wasn't really put in context. It's just like a matter of fact. So, she put the situation in context. Like, no, our ancestors weren't slaves. But by being free black people, they did have their own set of issues that slaves didn't have, and that white people didn't have either. Like, where it probably benefited our generation and, our parents' generation was proximity to white people. She said, like, yeah, they learned a lot from white people, from rich white people, basically, because proximity to rich white people. So, yeah, she was like, well, yeah, like, even like when most black people were in slavery, our family owned farms and had people in college, like 1800s. But, yeah, there's a cost with that. First off, she said, they would take your papers, and try to put you into slavery when you wasn't a slave. You had to pay taxes not to be a slave. Like, there was a whole set of issues. There's a whole set of issues. Was it better? It's kind of like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in another. But I guess the outer workings of it was you gave another generation potential to be better. I don't know. It's just a lot of things, like, it sounds one way, but there was no context to put it in to really make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? So, that's like most things in life. You might start at one place and another person start at another. Just because they struggle ain't your struggle don't mean y'all both ain't struggling. I don't think people really be getting that context of things all the time. Like, yeah, I ain't got your problems, but I got a whole different set of problems that may or may not be worse if we were going to compare problems. But I might be trying to get to somewhere past where you trying to go. So, from where you at, you can't see what I see. I can probably see what you see, but I'll just even be fair enough to say I don't even see all of what you see. But we all got things we're trying to do, things we're trying to work through in life. We probably get farther working together instead of against each other. But that's neither here nor there.